Hello, 12th graders. As we are getting ready to begin presentations, we wanted to take a minute to go through what is expected of you when you are viewing your peers' presentations. So in Google Classroom, you will see peer feedback for I Am Malala presentation. You're going to use the attached template to provide meaningful feedback to your peers. Keep in mind that your comments will be based on the checklist, which is also attached. Your responses will be considered when we grade the presentations, and we will share your responses with your peers when the presentations are over. So let's take a look at what this looks like. So you have a whole bunch of templates for a whole bunch of presentations. Let's pretend that we are viewing Osmal and or Kashav's presentation, right? So step one is to put their names here. Part of the memoir, you could say part 5, you could say A Second Life, because that's the title, or you could say chapters 23 through 24, whatever works for you. Glows. What did this presentation do well? Remember that your feedback should be based on the checklist. So here is your checklist. Evidence of teamwork. Presentation engages the audience with original, authentic, creative genres. There are little or no errors in grammar. The presentation is educational and informative, and the team challenges the thinking of those to whom it is presented. So, for a glow, okay, these students clearly work together as evidenced by how their presentation flowed. So we'll pretend that Osmal and Kashav are taking turns speaking. They don't need to prompt one another to speak next. The project is flowing, the presentation is moving along nicely. You can tell that they worked together and that they rehearsed, right? For a grow, what could these students work on? What could be better? Well, based on the checklist, Osmal Kashav, I'm sorry, but these students would improve their grammar and spelling. Oh, we noticed in your presentation a couple things were misspelled. Maybe you should proofread next time. Double check your grammar. And remember, we're just pretending. I'm sure Osmal and Kashav, your presentations will be fabulous. Okay, make sure to do 2 glows and 2 grows, but for the sake of time, we're gonna move on. One thing I learned from this presentation is how Malala's relationship with her father evolved. That's just an example. And then one question I still have about this section of the text is, it was unclear how the conflict was resolved. So for each presentation, make sure that you're going to put your presenter's name, the part of the memoir that they presented on, 2 glows, 2 grows, one thing you learned, and a question you still have about this section of the text. So these will be shared with your peers once presentations are complete, and we will consider your feedback when we work to grade these presentations.